Hello to everybody. I'm here to talk about how effective the application of RNTCP has been in Mysore. The revised National Tuberculosis Control Program was introduced in the year 1993 with the major objectives being to get a cure rate of at least 85% and a detection rate of 70%. It incorporated the elements of the internationally recommended DOTS as the core strategy. In March 2006, the DOTS coverage was 100% by the RNTCP, and our study was done after that, in 2007. For a long time, the patients have been held responsible for the default in the treatment. However, the medical fraternity and the system are equally responsible for it. Hence, we did a study with the objectives to study the extent of awareness of DOTS and the associated misconceptions among the medical practitioners in Mysore. Also, a comparison was made among the doctors practicing various disciplines, working in different setups like the government and the private, the rural and the urban, and also whether both they belong to the pre or the post RNTCP era. It was a cross-sectional comparative study done over a period of 2 months. The score-based pre-piloted questionnaire was distributed to the medical practitioners. We tried to cover all the medical practitioners in the Mysore who come across tuberculosis patients daily. Statistical analysis was done using the chi-square test. This test measures the significance of difference between two given proportions. So as we see here, questionnaires were sent to 401 medical practitioners, out of which only 311 doctors decided to respond and return the questionnaires. Out of these 311 doctors, 21 of them had not heard about RNTCP or DOTS, and hence they did not practice it. 87% of the people worked in the urban setup, and more than 50% worked in private clinics. 1/5 of the doctors practiced general medicine in our study, and 2/3 of the doctors in our study belonged to the pre-RNTCP era. We tried to collect the basic information about DOTS among the 311 doctors who had heard about it. And an interesting paradox that we came across was that 14 doctors who practiced DOTS were not aware of the correct expansion of the acronym DOTS, which is Directly Observed Treatment Short Course Chemotherapy. We took the opinion of those who do practice DOTS. Majority believed in the efficacy, the compliance, and the adherence of DOTS. However, 27% of them did not know their nearest DOTS center, which means that there is a gap between the stakeholders and the implementers. Almost all the doctors said that DOTS could not be applied to all the patients, but majority of them did not give a substantial reason for it. We also took the opinion of the 114 doctors who do not practice DOTS. They did not believe in the compliance and the adherence of DOTS therapy. They did not believe the efficacy of DOTS, as they said that the same drug could be effective if given thrice. They said that the same drug could not be effective thrice weekly, instead when it's given daily. Hence, the knowledge about the pharmacology of the half-life of antitubercular drugs is very important. Also, they said that the patients would have doubts regarding the potency of the antitubercular drugs if they were given free of cost. And also, this reflects badly on the government supply of free drugs. The patients need to have more faith in the efforts made by the government. The cost of daily therapy was acceptable to most of the doctors, and we asked them to make an estimate of how much it would be. More than 50% said that it would be less than 1,000 rupees, which however exceeds beyond that. 73 doctors out of the 114 said that they would not adopt DOTS even after knowing the benefits of DOTS, and that it's given free of cost. Majority said that the patient would become irregular in follow-up in that case. This was very disheartening, as due to fear of losing their patient, they had kept their own interests above the patient's. So as we see that the overall usage and awareness of DOTS among the medical practitioners in Mysore is very low. It is considerably low among the doctors who had graduated before the inclusion of DOTS into the curriculum. This means that there is a gap in the transmission of knowledge. Also, the private practitioners have not had enough opportunities to get comfortable about adopting DOTS. Hence, their awareness was relatively low. Also, the orthopedic surgeons, the gynecologists, and the pediatricians had lesser awareness. This could be because they do not see as many tubercular patients as are seen by the general physicians, and also there is less emphasis in the curriculum about DOTS. However, I would also like to tell that 100% of the doctors in Mysore in the government sector practice DOTS, and they have complete faith in its efficacy. This could be credited to the efforts made by the District Tuberculosis Center and the various CMEs organized by the local medical associations. So we see that there is a communication gap between the revised National Tuberculosis Control Program stakeholders and its implementers, who are the doctors. So we need to mend that gap. So the basic, the need of the hour is to clarify the idea about DOTS and also increase the awareness about the prescription of DOTS. Hence, a few recommendations have been made. Regular workshops and CMEs should be conducted by the medical associations to increase the awareness. DOTS should be given more emphasis in the medical curriculum. The scope of the RNTCP should be expanded, and more doctors, including from the private sector, should be involved in it. Few private hospitals and nursing homes can be designated as microscopy centers to hasten the procedure of diagnosing and starting of the anti-tuberculosis therapy. Supply chains should be developed to ensure DOTS availability. A toll-free helpline can be made where all the phone numbers of the medical practitioners could be made, and a common network can be made. There should be a refresher course for all the doctors and the paramedical staff, the nurses, health workers, and the pharmacists about the DOTS. Also, counseling of the patients should be done as well so that they comply and adhere to the therapy. A fact sheet and a CD for all doctors could be made. So a strategy that incorporates a strategy needs to be formulated which meets the acceptance and the expectations of the consumers, the providers, and the programmers, so that there is better management of the tuberculosis patients. With this, I would like to thank the Institute of Public Health and the Institute of Tropical Medicine for conducting this conference, my alma mater, Mysore Medical College and Research Institute, and Dr. Mudassir Aziz Khan for guiding me throughout the study, and also for helping me come to this platform. And I would like to thank you all for being such patient listeners. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonal.